Good morning, listeners. Through God's strength, guidance, and blessings, this is another live broadcast of Beyond Politics. We are broadcasting on AM 970 WSTX on the beautiful island of St. Croix. As you know, this show is geared to provide information, education, and a positive approach to topics and issues that are current in our community. We discuss with our listeners issues, ideas, and solutions to some of the problems we face. We address the concerns of the community in an open and respectful forum. Guests are invited to provide insight, knowledge, and wisdom in areas that they have experience, training, and education. As proud Virgin Islanders, we seek to uplift, support, guide, listen, follow, and lead all who are interested in a better Virgin Islands. Good morning. Oh, good morning to the wonderful people of the United States Virgin Islands, an unincorporated territory of the United States of America. This is your host, Ronald Russell, and today we have another live edition of Beyond Politics. As you know, I want to first thank my guest host last week, because I was off island, and Carol Buck, Hugh Clark did a wonderful job in hosting the show. And I've heard a lot of people give accolades and wonderful comments about Hugh and Carol, how they engage the public and their commentary. And I want to congratulate them because they do a great job. Last week I was in Mayaguez with a track and field team that made the Virgin Islands feel proud. And that track and field team was put together by utilizing the efforts of our digital world and the technology that allows us to remain in constant contact with coaches across the United States who have an affinity for the Virgin Islands, and athletes who live all over the globe, particularly in the United States, that represent the Virgin Islands, that are from the Virgin Islands, and that as a nation in the athletic world carry the flag of the Virgin Islands. And we were able to put an excellent team together for the Central American and Caribbean Track and Field Championships in Mayaguez. And I want to congratulate that team and the officials that went. We had a large contingent, the largest one we have ever put together for a CAC Track and Field Championship. And we had Nathan Taylor, who is the coach at Cornell University, track and field coach, who has our record for the decathlon, who lived here back in the 80s and has kept in touch with us. We had Charles Galfin, another coach who most of you know has a track club here and is very active in track and field. We had Trudy Galfin, who was the team leader. And we had Chris Encarnacion. So we had a great team of coaches that came together to help our athletes do really well. Almost all of our athletes qualified for the finals in their events. That's the first significant achievement. And then second, they competed at the highest level in some of their disciplines. You might know that the Caribbean, as it is, hosts some of the best sprinters, not some of the best sprinters, let me clarify that, in the world. From the 1, the 2, the 4, some of the best hurdlers. And in athletics, the Caribbean is a standout. So when you compete on that level in a championship meet with other nations, Other nations that have 3 and 4, 5, 6 million people, and we have 120,000, and we make the finals. And then you have junior athletes such as Alison Peters coming up to par. And she ran 4th in the 200, and she running today in the Pan Am Junior Championship, and she's a favorite. Coming from the junior ranks into the senior ranks and showing her determination and her desire to win. And when you look at how our athletes competed in that championship, you will feel proud. I was there, and it was a proud moment when we were competing for the gold medal in the heptathlon, which is Juanetta Corby. And she was brought to the attention of the federation and given what I would consider the best recommendation from Raymond Stu Stevens, who is another coach of renown in the Virgin Islands, who has contributed to the track and field family in ways that we could never measure. Because Raymond Stu Stevens has an eye for talent. And he could identify talent from way back to Aisha Petrus right up to Juanetta Corby. And Juanetta Corby, in competing, established a record for the Virgin Islands in the heptathlon. The heptathlon is a 7-event female 2-day competition. And the females are expected to demonstrate a wholesome approach to track and field where they could do all of the major events well. And they rack up points. Juanetta Corby started the event by winning the hurdles and doing a great time in the 100-meter hurdle, 13:74. And then she went into the next event, which was the high jump, and she ran third in that. So by the second event, Juanetta Corby was in second place. The throws, she's not a specialist in the throws, and she had difficulties with that, but then she won the long jump too. So we congratulate her. And then into the 200 meters, she won the 200 meters. She's a runner, of course, and she doesn't know the throws well. And she's going to be coached and developed to be a world-class heptathlon athlete in the near future. She ran 6th overall, and it was a great, great showing for the Virgin Islands. And she's on the verge of now becoming a world-class athlete in that event. In the jumps, in the hurdles, the 400-meter hurdles, the jumps, the long jump and the triple jump, the 1, the 200 and the 400-meter. In the 3,000-meter steeplechase, Wang Robles did well. So we had a great team of Virgin Islanders. A great team of Virgin Islanders without Tabari Henry and Lavon Jones. And now we're looking to have a 4x1 team for women and men in the Pan Am Games who could qualify for the Olympics. We're moving up. We ain't waiting on nobody. These athletes ready, and they are competing on the highest level. This is not, well, let we see how they going to do. And, well, let we get them to go so that they could understand how to compete. No, our athletes are there. What we need now is community support, just like how the other nations do it, and just like how it happened in St. Thomas for the baseball tournament. Because I didn't get to attend that, but I heard it was just a mashup. It was the best event in a long time that was held in the Virgin Islands. And that event demonstrates the sport tourism issue. But don't think about sport tourism, no. Think about development of a community. A community coming together with national pride, one, with activities for young people that would develop discipline, develop respect, develop an understanding of authority, and develop their own individual skills that would carry them to a better education in the future and carry them into a career that would have them come back to the Virgin Islands and be able to contribute significantly to this community. So when you talk about sports and when you address, in this case, athletics, track and field, and in this case, baseball, you're talking about a wholesome activity for young people and adults to get involved with. Because what's better than parents coming out to see their young child participate in an event, competing against other countries, and having an opportunity in most of the situations that we don't have to come together and have us support our Virgin Islanders in events in a safe and sound environment, to have us feel a national pride in who we are, where we are going. Nothing better than sports could do that. Sports bring that together. And sports is... And hold a second for me. Let me see what's happening here. Hold up 1 second. Okay. So, what I want to do is engage you, the listeners, with an understanding that when we talk about sports, it's not about sports tourism and money. It's about developing our young people and giving them opportunities to become better human beings, to have opportunities and options in their lives, and most importantly, to help move our community socially away from some of the malaise that we have right now. So I want to congratulate the track and field team, okay? And I want to most impressively tell you that our track and field team, as we prepare to go to the Pan Am Games,